Currently, there are riots happening across the country right now because of KSI's very edgy joke. Now, the president has sat down and addressed the nation, has given a formal public apology, which, you know, is a good enough reason to vote for him again. But what's interesting to me is that there are other bigger YouTubers on the platform who say pretty terrible shit, a lot worse than what KSI has been saying. And they seem to be getting away with it because they don't care. Crazy how that works. Today I've decided to kind of look at the this group of people and rank them based off the edginess of their content. This spot of the tier list is reserved for these YouTubers who make jokes that even make me uncomfortable. Next we have the participation category. You make offensive jokes once in a while, but you're not a full-on edgelord. In the middle I have a section where these certain YouTubers just do not care about edgy humor but do not participate. Below that I got the vanilla. If you're vanilla, that means you don't like edgy jokes, you do not participate. And lastly, we got the SJW libtard. Now, I will say this, I'm still into edgy humor, I still think it's funny. We all have different senses of humor, and if you don't like edgy humor, that's totally reasonable. It just means you're fucking gay and stupid, because according to a lot of studies, people who like edgy dark humor have a very high IQ. First up, we got Wildcat, who I would probably put in doesn't care. I don't really see him participate in any edgy humor jokes, you know, he doesn't really say much of anything. When someone says something fucked up, he'll laugh. Droid sometimes participates. Usually it's a clapback at Vanoss when he makes Mexican jokes, and then in return, Droid will make Asian jokes towards Vanoss. It's just a friendly back and forth between the two who can be the most racist, you know, just some good goofy fun.
I just spawned next to a bunch of fucking Mexicans!
I don't think so, chinky guy.
Oh boy.
Delirious I'd probably put in vanilla. I've never heard him make an offensive joke in any of his videos or anyone else's videos. I like Delirious's content, you know, it doesn't need to be edgy to be funny. It's not really his comedic style to make edgy jokes in the first place, so it is funny to see him react to that edgy humor. His humor is more like he's just a goofy guy who says dumb shit on accident, or the other guys will rag on him because he misspoke at one point, or, you know, stuff like that. Terrorizer I'd probably put in participates. Him and Nogla react to edgy humor on their channel, they don't care about it. He has occasionally, though, ended his stream because someone will say something too offensive. Actually, now that I think about it, you should be lower. Get down, you little bitch pussy. Here's the thing about Nogla. The times I've recorded with him, there were certain points where even he made me uncomfortable. And for that sole reason, I think he deserves to be on the top.
Hey, Wildcat, everyone's trying to say I'm doing blackface. I'm not.
You are absolutely doing digital blackface right now. That is absolutely what's happening.
Fuck's sake. I have to change the skin now, huh?
What makes Nogla funny, though, is not really the edgy humor itself. It's, he's kind of like Delirious, where he'll say, like, the wrong thing and people rag on him. But when he does say fucked up shit from time to time, it does come across as funny. Just a little spice to his humor, you know? Honestly, based. Weenie Lad back with another W. Now we get to the big one, who's an obvious edgelord. What's funny is that Vanoss has never been this offensive, really. I mean, his older videos, they used to say, like, everyone used to say fucked up shit, really, and he kind of participated from time to time, but now it seems like he's like the sole leader towards saying offensive jokes. How can we forget the classic rice hat joke, or the classic deep dick in a baby joke?
Dick deep in a baby, thanks for $10.
Oh my god! Like, wait, why is that funny?
Who cares? Who cares if it's funny or not? Who fucking cares if it's funny? Damn, we gotta stop all these goddamn froggets. Wow, now time to go molest some children. Oh. No. Wait, no, what?
I mean, when you make so much goddamn money and have a lot saved up, you could probably say whatever you want and not care if you get canceled or whatever. Marcel, probably, I'm stuck in the middle between doesn't care and participates, because I think with new brand deals, Marcel doesn't really say as much edgy shit anymore, which is fine, he's still a funny guy. But if I'm ranking them based off of now, I'd probably say doesn't care. I never really watched Marcel for his edgy humor, mostly, you know, due to him getting mad. But back in the day, he would participate in some of the good old edginess. Like when he would play Mario Kart with people and throw red shells at them while yelling "get to the back, Rosa Parks." He doesn't really throw out edgy jokes anymore, but again, that's fine. That's not why I watch him. Louis never made me uncomfortable with any of the jokes he said, so I can't put him in the edgelord status, unfortunately. He can go and participates, though. You know, that's a pretty good tier, though. Second place ain't bad. Mr. Sark's kind of like Louis in the sense that he's not in these games very often, but when he's in them, he takes every opportunity to be pretty edgy. I've said this before, I'm not a huge fan of Sark's videos by themselves, mainly because he doesn't upload anymore. But when he's with these group of guys, he does throw in a couple of jokes once in a while where I'm like, okay, that was pretty funny.
Give me a high five! 9! 9!
He could get away with it because he was around for World War II.
Oh, that's an AIDS joke.
Which side I fought on, though, is classified.
Big Jiggly Panda, probably in the category of I don't care. He laughs at everything. Like, it doesn't matter how edgy the joke is, he will laugh at it. When the other guys started to calm down later on throughout the games, except for Tyler, Panda kind of took the role of the one that gets angry all the time, and, you know, it's a good comedy style. That's what fits his content. He doesn't have to be edgy to be funny. He also does reaction videos now for the most part, and a lot of his videos include edgy humor, so obviously it doesn't really bother him. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first and only SJW Pussy Libtard. People give Brock shit because he gets offended by the dark humor that's thrown around nowadays. They call him a sellout. They call him all kinds of mean words like bitch boy and fat cunt, but I'm here to tell you, I like this new Brock. Brock was never that edgy in the first place. Like, again, like some of the other guys, they would throw out dark jokes once in a while, but it wasn't really their comedy style. Brock has more dry humor. He'll say a funny quip once in a while. But I also like the fact there's someone in this group that reacts so negatively towards the dark humor, because that in itself is very funny. I've always liked Brock's content. I don't think anything's really gone downhill. I still watch it. I mean, just like what I said in my iDubbbz video, it's totally fine to not be into edgy humor, but don't act like you're more mature or more grown up just because you don't think it's funny. You're not more mature, you just have a different sense of humor, and with Brock, he doesn't act like he's better than the other guys. He just doesn't like those types of edgy jokes, and that's totally reasonable. Scotty, I'd probably put in vanilla. Scotty's got a funny laugh. He can throw a couple funny jokes once in a while. He doesn't really have a certain comedic style, so it's not like he's changed with the YouTube algorithm becoming less edgy. He was never really edgy in the first place, which again is fine. But I do like his newer content that he collabs with Big Jiggly Panda, because his negative reaction towards edgy humor is also pretty entertaining, because part of edgy humor is shock value. Alright, that's my list. Buying shit.